Boop, boop, boop. Let me just send out the link. Hello? Forgot to send out the link. Give me a sec. Boo, 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 boo. Hopefully you can all see this if it's coming through well. Oh, I've just realised full 5 videos are uploaded. There we are, that's cool. They've uploaded their TARDIS interior rankings, so that's cool. I'll go watch that at some point. Don't know how many you can see this. Yeah, I haven't sent the link out yet, so I'm going to do that very quickly. Hope you're all doing well. We're going to be talking about a few things. You might have seen a couple of things we're going to talk about, but as is the case with news, things seem to slowly be ramping up now, especially with regards to the Centenary and obviously like 60th stuff. Speculation is rampant as ever. So we are going to be going into all of that, if I can get my words out today. And yeah, it should be a good time. So hello to everyone joining the chat. Give me just 1 second. I really should have like a starting soon thing, but I've not done that yet. If someone wants to make a little animation or something, feel free, and I'll have a look at it. You know, if anyone wants to do it. But yeah, hello. Hope you're all doing well. Ooh. Hope you're all doing well. Hello to Freddie Stather, Polgara UK, Polgara UK, hopefully I'm saying that right, George Towell, Lorenzo, Oscar, Jerry the Meerkat, BXR, OG Amazing Videos, Lee Michelle. I've never clicked on a notification that fast. Yes, of course, we're going to be talking about... he's in House of the Dragon, yeah, but obviously, you know, that would have been filmed a while ago, but we're going to get into that anyway. Matt Smith equals instant click. I've never clicked on a notification. Oh, no, for real? Well, it's possible. Now he's too busy with House of the Dragon. The thing is, with House of the Dragon, as I've said, like, that would have finished filming ages ago. But anyway, we're going to talk about that. So I'm doing okay. How are you guys doing? Yeah, so this is going to be a live stream. We're going to be going over a few things. Should we get the Matt Smith stuff? Well, I'll save the Matt Smith stuff a little bit. You might have seen it already, but it's in relation to our new director. What's his name? Hang on, let me find it. It's in relation to our new director, Tom Kingsley. He posted a very interesting post which seems to hint towards a Matt Smith return. Yeah, like House of the Dragon would have been filmed ages ago. Yeah, a Photoshop. Yeah, we're going to be getting into that. Don't worry. Don't worry. Yeah, anyway. So, yeah, this is going to be live. We're going to be going through all the news stuff of the day. And, yeah, also, if you want to feel free during the stream, I've been away for a while, so, yeah, we're going to be talking that... Okay, yeah, so we're going to be talking about that image, don't worry, but I gotta get through the other news items first. But do me a favour, if you just joined the stream, feel free to like, feel free to super chat if you want to, obviously that's completely optional. I also have a PO box. A question, if there's any mods in chat, I don't know whether there are, but if there is, can they link the PO box, because I linked it in the previous video. If not, I can do it very quickly now, but I'm going to be doing an opening in a video for that, so I'm going to just see if I can show that off very quickly. Yeah, sorry, this is all a bit last minute from my part, so I apologise for that. Ooh, my throat's got all funny. Where is it? Just looking for it. There we are. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so this is the address for the PO box. We're going to be doing a video unboxing that stuff, so if you've been watching the channel, you want to send me anything, feel free, and we're going to open it on stream. Yes. Thank you to Freddie Stather for the £1.49 super chat. Very much appreciated. Milo Morbius and Doctor Who, for God's sake. Anyway, right. First order of business is to do with the Centenary. SFX have revealed their next issue cover for October, and in it you can see, circled by the lovely folks at Doctor Who Production News, in the next issue, Halloween Ends obviously is the main thing, The Devil's Hour, The Walking Dead, Interview with the Vampire, and then second to last is plus Doctor Who. No, really this time. So yes, we have had now official confirmation that the Centenary will be being covered in the SFX magazine in early October, along with, in conjunction with, I should say, the Doctor Who magazine coverage in next week, I think, is when the interview with Sacha Dhawan is going to be in Doctor Who magazine. What's funny about this, though, and I'm not the first person to point this out, is the no really this time, which many are pointing as a little bit of a jab towards the BBC for leaving things so late, and as I believe that SFX were intending on covering the Centenary last month, but weren't given the appropriate information, hence why it says no really this time. And apparently, in the replies to this as well, there's a message from Darren Scott, who I believe is one of like the head people over at SFX, saying, speaking of the next issue, don't fret, Doctor Who fans, you can expect to see coverage on the Centenary special in those pages. So yes, we have had official confirmation that the Centenary will be covered in this next issue, but the no really this time, I think it just kind of shows, it's kind of what we've been speaking about before, the lack of promotion, not even just for the general public, but given to companies. It's starting to become such an issue that they're putting it on the front cover. That to me is not great, I'm going to be honest, but hopefully that like it'll change under RTD2. I think it will anyway. I think the approaches that RTD and Chibnall take are going to be vastly different when it comes to promotional things. Also, give me one sec. I just realized I closed a tab, so I'm going to reopen that. Where was it? There we are. Okay. So the next thing on the agenda is we got to congratulate Ncuti BAFTA, who received a BAFTA nomination for male performance in comedy program portraying Eric Effiong in Sex Education. If you haven't seen Sex Education, would highly recommend. Great to have another one of the Doctor actors for BAFTA. Always great to see. He's a very talented actor. I'm really looking forward to seeing his performance as the Doctor. Obviously, we've only got about 2 months now until he starts filming, roughly, because I think it's around November that's been said that he's going to start filming, so very exciting stuff, and I'm really looking forward to seeing him taking on the role. I think he's going to be fantastic. So congratulations to Ncuti on the BAFTA, and let it be one of many awards to come, I would say. In relation to Ncuti, though, so according to numerous people, Ncuti BAFTA has apparently decided to delete his Instagram. That's a shame. It would have been a rare treat if he'd kept it. I'm guessing this is because current or forthcoming Doctor Who actors find it prudent to eschew social media. Yeah, so apparently this is a rule RTD has for like Doctor Who, or had, and Moffat did as well, to like stay off social media. I assume the Chibnall team is the same with it. I assume, I know that Mandy Gill did have a Twitter that then was deleted, I think. I think she still has an Instagram. But yeah, this seems to be a general rule. It is, admittedly, a shame, though, because I think the idea of having a Doctor on social media was an exciting one, but obviously he's got to do what is best for the job and for him and for his mental health as well. I can imagine there being some comments that are just wild, as comments to do with Doctor Who often are. So yeah, it is a shame, but I hope that he, is alright, and it's nothing, to do with like any way he's been treated. I don't think so. I think it's probably just standard procedure for Doctor actors and actors in Doctor Who for the most part. So yeah, but yeah, I hope he's doing alright. The next thing, now I can say actually, congratulations to Ncuti on the BAFTA. Yes. Maddie deleted her Twitter because of a tweet which got her in trouble. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. What tweet was that? I did not know that. I had no recollection. Yes, so this next thing, I was actually here to see this being said. So this is to do with the animations. The Doctor Who director addresses animation hiatus, saying this is it for us. So if you remember a couple of months back, it kind of came out that BBC America were pulling funding for the missing episode animations, and now it's seemingly been confirmed that that is the case at the recent BFI event, which I was in attendance for. Doctor Who animation director Gary Russell has addressed the looming hiatus for reconstructions of lost stories, following news that BBC America will no longer co-finance these projects. Earlier this year, it was reported that the loss of funding would mean no further animated projects would be commissioned, though Radio Times understands the future projects could go ahead if BBC Studios secures another partner. Since 2006, a number of Doctor Who stories that are either entirely or partly missing from the archives have been recreated with new animated visuals being matched to the existing soundtracks. The work has been completed by a number of different teams, most recently Big Finish Creative. Speaking at BFI South Bank screening for the final, for now, release a new animated version of the 1967 story, The Abominable Snowman, which I watched and enjoyed. The project's co-director, Russell, said it was a shame that no further reconstructions were planned, adding, "From Big Finish's point of view, this is it for us. I'm just very glad we went out on one of the best Doctor Who stories of all time, and we got a chance to animate that." Touching on the possibility of future animations, he said the invasion was 2006, and then there was a long gap, and then we did a little flurry as they did the 10th Planet, the Reign of Terror, and the Moon Base. Then there was a gap, then they did Power of the Daleks, etc., etc. Some of the most recent missing adventures brought back to life in animation include Galaxy 4. I was also at the screening for that, the Macro Terror, and the Web of Fear. Out of 253 episodes from Doctor Who's first years, 97 remain missing in their original form due to the BBC's policy of junking archive programming between 1967 and 1978. In the same BFI Q&A session, Russell also revealed why character designs were altered for the animated version of The Abominable Snowman, explaining it would rectify a mistake made by the original live-action production. So yeah, it was a very interesting interview, and I thoroughly enjoyed hearing about their thought processes. And yeah, it was just a fun day. But it is very sad to hear that they're coming to the end of the animations, because I've sort of felt, and this is kind of my own personal feeling, that the animations have slowly gotten better with each one. So it is a shame that the animation, the funding, it seems to be at an end. But hopefully, maybe they can find more funding, which would be nice. But so yeah, I guess also I wanted to point out. Hold on one sec. There's one more thing I want to talk about before we get into the big thing, which is Big Finish. They've announced a new thing, as they often do, and I just wanted to highlight the trailer because, quite frankly, it's fantastic work. It's done by Lee Adams, which some of you might know from The Dalek That Time Forgot, the animated short about how Dalek Khan actually went back in time to secure the Dalek survival, and that's fantastic, and this is fantastic. It's called Doctor Who 40. I won't play the entire thing just in case of copyright claims. But it's fantastic. The Auton animation is phenomenal. It looks fantastic. We got Chameleon in 2022. That's fun to see. Yeah, it was a really beautifully animated little trailer, as they often are for Big Finish, and I just wanted to highlight that because I thought, yeah, that looks really cool. And power to everyone who worked on that. It looks phenomenal. But getting into the major thing I want to talk about. So, it was revealed that Tom Kingsley on Twitter, who, as we discussed in the last live stream, is... Hang on, can you guys see? You can. Good. Alright. It was discovered in the last live stream that Tom Kingsley is going to be a director for potentially, and I think... there's also something to do with that, but we think episode 2. So, Tom Kingsley has trolled the fandom by posting a Photoshop of Matt Smith into a photo taken on location. However, confirms location filming, possibly Camden, took place for episode 2. And then obviously you can see the image there with him and then the Photoshop Smith in the background. I know we're getting asked about the exact Photoshop job, so I think a lot of people are suggesting it's this early Series 5 promo shot. But the reason I want to talk about this is, now I know this is me being fan brain, but I'd love it if this was a hint towards him being maybe in episode 2. To be fair, as far as we are aware, episode 2 has had the lowest amount of public accessible filming. And what I mean by that is we haven't really seen much from episode 2 as far as we can tell. So I'm hoping this is maybe even though it's sort of a joke, it could be a little hint towards maybe even just a minor appearance. I know that that's me reaching, but it does seem like a little bit of a tease, and I just hope he's in it. Obviously, if he's not, I think the 60th is still going to be great. I think a lot of people are already being very quick to judge it. There's people saying that, it just seems like a celebration of Series 4, even though we probably already have the Toymaker, Beep the Meep, potentially Mel rumoured to come back as well. I don't think it is just a celebration of Series 4. But all the same, I would like to see Matt Smith, but if we don't, then there we are. But I think because he's one of the ones where it's like he is the most outspoken in loving Doctor Who and being more than happy to come back. So I do feel it would be a bit of a missed opportunity if he wasn't. And I think having the director even be aware of the idea of Matt Smith coming back being a thing that would excite fans is interesting in and of itself. I think that that perhaps indicates that they're watching us. There was also an interesting post from Rachel Talale in response to the announcement of, let's say the announcement, people talking about Tom Kingsley being the new director. In response to a William Who tweet, friend of the channel, she said, and I quote, let me get it, not all information in the above is accurate. So for the context, the above said, big warm welcome to Tom Kingsley, who will be joining the Whoniverse next year as the director of the second special. He's best known for directing Ghosts for the BBC. Nothing is yet known about the series from his second special, as no public filming has taken place. And then Rachel responds, not all the above information is accurate, says the annoying troll. The headline is, yay Tom. So, interesting. What does that mean? Now, that could mean a few things. I think the most likely is that it means that there probably has been some public filming for episode 2, as the photoshopped image implies. But it could also mean that he's not directing episode 2, and it could be a different episode, and we've got it all completely wrong. Or there's a secret 4th episode. There's a lot of things that could mean. And Rachel, as always, she's very good at teasing things while giving nothing away. If you remember, a while back, there was that little puzzle that she put on Twitter to so the fans could figure out, I guess. That I don't think actually revealed anything new, but it's interesting nonetheless. But yes, so that's just me hoping that he's back based on. Oh, I better follow Tom Kingsley as well. That's just me, hoping based on that Photoshop. At least they're aware that people want Matt Smith back, right? Which in itself is a good thing. Someone said, least favourite Doctor Who episode. It really depends. It kind of changes quite regularly. Also, if you are just in the stream, feel free to like, and if you want to help out the stream, feel free to super chat. Be very much appreciated. I've been away for a while, so obviously, YouTube, money, monetization's gone down a bit, so it would really help me out. Matt was photoshopped, but this could be this picture be new filming from this week. I don't think so. As far as I'm aware, filming for the 60th is relatively complete now, as far as I can tell. Unless there is more that we don't know, but as far as I can tell, it's mostly complete. Well, Matt Smith has nothing going on project-wise. Yeah, and I think Karen Gillan has made references to a secret project as well. So the possibility is definitely there, for sure. What was the other thing I wanted to talk about? There was something else I wanted to talk about, and I can't find it. There it is. So yeah. Also, did I put the PO box in chat? I don't think I did. If any of you wants to send anything onto the PO box, feel free. There's the link. I say the link, the address. So if any of you want to send anything, feel free. I forgot to send that earlier. I wanted to talk about something else, and I've lost it, and that's very annoying. Yeah, no, I can't find it. No, well, there is one thing I want to talk about. So I wanted to talk a little bit. And now, I must stress before we get into this segment that this is purely my own opinion on this. Can I send you some paper for an autograph? I guess. I'm not sure how much it would go for. Probably minus money. You'd probably get more out of it. You mean we can physically upload to your PO box? I mean, yeah, you can physically send things. Yeah. But yeah, no. What was I saying? Yeah. So I want to stress before we get into this segment, that this is my own personal belief on this topic, and TV Zone who we're going to be talking about, did up until very recently followed me, but I removed them as a follower for what we're about to talk about. And I'm going to explain why now. So basically, for those of you who are unaware, TV Zone is they're kind of a TV news outlet sort of Twitter account that's regularly posted about Doctor Who as of late. Most notably, they got sent early embargo releases for images from Doctor Who Flux, and they've reported on several rumours, mostly pertaining to other news outlets, it must be said, of recent. They covered the Mirror article talking about the different costumes. That wasn't their rumour, that was the Mirror's. They also covered Doctor Who Unleashed, which was also covered by myself, and then I think the Mirror as well. But of recent, I've found they've somewhat dropped the ball when it comes to their Doctor Who news coverage. They've basically regularly been posting tweets in the vein of, there's this speculation that maybe something will happen. And these have happened for like the past sort of a couple of weeks now. There was also, obviously, for those of you who might remember, there was a tweet basically saying, what was it, like, the Centenary is, it was basically a joke mocking how the Centenary wasn't marketed, which admittedly, I did find funny, but it says, this is pure speculation and nothing more. It's quite possible that something Doctor Who Centenary related will be landing this weekend, possibly followed by images and interviews in next week's Doctor Who magazine, and a trailer before Strictly on Saturday the 17th or 24th to be announced. And I know why some people think this is plausible, right? But they did this same tweet like 2 weeks ago. It says in the replies here, TV Zone has been told by unofficial sources that the Doctor Who Centenary title and poster are set to be released this weekend. Never happened. BBC declined to comment. And I just think, if you want to be, because obviously I know what people are going to say. People are going to say, well, you cover rumours and speculation all the time. You just did it with Matt Smith. I know. Difference is, though, I'm not claiming to be a big professional news outlet that, you know, that gets press embargoes. I'm a guy who sits in his underwear, well, not always, and talks about Doctor Who in his room to you lot. I am not in any way, or nor have I ever claimed to be, a professional. When you're claiming to be a professional, I think personally, and a news outlet at that, airing your own personal speculation, knowing full well that some people are going to take that as gospel because you are a news outlet, I think is a little bit unprofessional. I think personally. I think, obviously, and I know a lot of people are saying, well, to be fair, the BBC haven't given them a lot to work with. I get that, but that doesn't mean you just need to, because as well, if you notice on their account, the only time they get major engagement boost is when they're talking about Doctor Who. So to me, the cynical part of me wants to say they're kind of just talking about Doctor Who, even when there's not a lot to say, just for, like, you know, the boosts. And at the end of the day, like, if there's nothing to say, don't say it. Like, obviously, that's why I haven't been uploading for a while. Is because I've just not had much to say. But I think, yeah, in this case, I just feel like, you know, if there's nothing to say, don't say it. But I think in this case, it's like, if you want to talk about speculation, start up a personal account. You know what I mean? Don't use a news outlet as a means to, like, spread that, get people's hopes up. And then when it doesn't happen, people go, oh, well, not again. And, you know, again, I'm not defending the BBC, the BBC marketing approaches here. We even joked about it early in the stream with the SFX article. I'm just saying that maybe this isn't the West move to basically get people's hopes up when they're already pretty desperate for information, only for them to go no, just for the sake of what, like, you know, a few hundred likes. For me, it's just a little bit like, maybe don't. But that's just me. I just wanted to talk about that because I made a tweet about it, and I felt the need to further clarify where I was coming from with it. At the end of the day, it all comes down to presentation. You know, if they were just some random guy, you know, like, just anyone being like, okay, I think maybe there might be something this weekend to tie in with Strictly, that's fine, that's one thing. But then when it's like, you're presenting yourself as a news outlet saying that, you know that your words are going to carry more weight. And that, to me, is where I take somewhat of an issue with this. It's not major, and ultimately it doesn't matter. But, like, for me, it's like, maybe don't. But that's just me. I hope that that's come across well. It's not that deep, to be fair. No, it's not that big a deal. I just wanted to basically talk about it because some people were asking me about it, and I thought I would clarify. The side camera speculation show. Yeah, the side camera, I still haven't plugged it back in. I need to sort that. But yes. I just got tickets for a photo with Big Boy Matt at Comic Con. Oh, well in. I'm going as well. Can't wait. Thomas Dixon says there's no posters yet. Trailer is on hold. I asked my insider about it, and even he works at BBC, has no clue when it's coming out. Okay. I don't know. That's not something I've heard, but like, if that's what you've heard, that's interesting. I'm liking the beard, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much. But yeah, ultimately, I want people to clarify, you know, I'm not having a go at anyone, like, working at TV Zone or anything. I just think it might not be the best thing to do, you know, when the fandom's, like, so desperate, sort of playing to that. I think that might be a flawed way of going about it, you know what I mean? I hope David Tennant and Shootout will join forces with the 10th and 14th Doctor in the 60th anniversary. Maybe that'll happen. I don't know. It's an interesting thought. We've kind of got through the news segments quicker than I was anticipating. But yeah. Has anyone got any questions that they want to ask or anything like that? What did TV Zone say? I missed the start of the stream. I'll put the link in chat. Again, it's nothing too deep, but I just think maybe, you know, doing speculation on a big news account might not be the best way to go. Fave episode of the whole series. Of which series? Doctor Who, just in general. There's a few. Turn Left would be up there. I watched that recently, and that's always been up there for me. Least favourite Who episode? Yeah, it does change, but also it's Legend of the Sea Devils. Yeah, pretty much. It does change, but Legend of the Sea Devils is definitely down there for me. I'm really not a fan. Turn Left is up there. I think for me, personally, Tomb of the Cybermen's also up there in terms of classic Doctor Who. What else? There's so many, honestly. I kind of flip-flop. It's difficult. I think Doctor's Wife is phenomenal. What made you want to try out a beard? It looks fine, by the way. Well, thank you. Main thing was just I forgot to shave it. There wasn't really a big plan. It was just like, you know, it was just something I decided to do. Fave Chibs era episode. Ooh, probably either Haunting of Iliadati or War of the Centaurans. I think Haunting is probably like the strongest in terms of like the actual story. I have probably the most fun with War of the Centaurans. It's definitely the highlight of Flux for me by a long way. I think the Centaurans are pretty well characterized in that. Yeah. Yes, Genesis would also be on my list. The thing is, like, I feel like I have pretty, like, default takes when it comes to Classic Who, but it's like, there's a reason those stories are so beloved. You know, I'm also a big lover of Vengeance on Varos, of, you know, things like the Happiness Patrol, Pyramids of Mars, obviously. Like, a lot of the well-known ones are loved for a reason, you know what I mean? I love the Romans as well. Tharius has officially begun transitioning into Razor for World 11 times. Soon he will have the mighty beard. Yes. Oh, that's something I want to talk about. What is a Tharius and why is a Tharius? Well, a Tharius is me. More specifically, Tharius comes from a combination of the first letter of my first name, Thomas, and then surname Harry's. Put them together, you get that. And it's basically me and my YouTube channel where I just talk about things, mainly Doctor Who. What was I going to say? Yes, there was something else I wanted to talk about. So Mark Hamill has expressed interest in playing the Master, which was kind of incredible, and it will never happen because he is far too big for Doctor Who. But I really want it to happen. Where is it? I'm trying to find it now. Did I tweet it yesterday? I definitely quote tweeted it. But basically, to give you the context, he was talking to Basically, I think it was Captain Jimmy Pie who spoke about it. And hang on, let me just search it. It's so annoying when you go on Twitter and you look for something to talk about and you just can't find it. It's one of the worst things. Oh, there we are. So, for context, basically, Captain Jimmy Pie has been doing edits of famous celebrities as the Master. I know I recently said the Master was an overused villain, but with Russell T Davies getting the likes of actually Neil Patrick Harris, cannot wait in the show, I still hold out unlikely hopes that this one day may happen, and it's I think yeah, so I think, like something like Nicolas Cage, and then or alternative could get Mark Hamill, that would be amazing too. And then Mark Hamill responded, maybe. And now I know that'll never happen, but can you imagine how sick Mark Hamill as the Master would be? Like, especially like with like how he's performed the Joker in the Batman animated stuff, and like how prestigious of an actor he is, and he's got the facial hair for it as well because of old Luke Skywalker. Like, oh, I would be so on board. Even though my next video is kind of about the Master, and I think it's going to be somewhat controversial, but I hope you all look forward to it. But yeah, God, would Mark Hamill Master be sick? I put aside my preconceived biases of like the Master if it meant up close with Darius. Wait, did it get close to the camera? Sorry about that. Nick Cage is the Master, yeah. I am the Master and I'm the Clown Prince of Crime like my predecessor before me. Yeah. Thank you to, I am not sure, Rene Monkeo for the super chat. I'm not sure what currency is that. Don't be a defeatist by commission and per percentage. I have no idea what that means, but thank you. Okay, so if you want catching up, can anyone give the catch up? I mean, because the thing is, I felt like I had to do it like 6 times last time. It's okay, I'll do it once, but hang on, I think I might have missed some stuff. Hold up, but I'll do it for you, Rip Rock. I'll do it for you because So, to clarify, SFX Magazine have released their cover of their next issue with the Centenary being confirmed to be covered with a sort of sarcastic tagline. Ncuti BAFTA has been nominated for a BAFTA for his performance in Sex Education. He has also deactivated his social media, likely due to Russell T Davies, and Doctor Who in general having a kind of, stay away from social media approach for their actors. The BFI, at the BFI, it was confirmed that, as far as we can tell for now, the animation of the Abominable Snowman will be the last in the range. It was also the main topic of discussion for the stream was that Tom Kingsley made a Photoshop of Matt Smith on the set of the 60th anniversary. Tom Kingsley being the director for, we presume, episode 2. And obviously that got me to speculate maybe it's a tease for an 11th Doctor return, which I hope it is. And then we spoke about TV Zone's approach to Doctor Who news of recent. And that's about it. So I hope that clarifies that. It's Chilean peso. Thank you! We have gone over the Matt Smith. You're really the most devious Doctor in New York City. Yes. Question, do you think LEGO will do anything for Doctor Who? I think Doctor Who would have to get bigger for them to want to commit more to it, to be honest. I'd love them to. I think if we're being honest, though, is Matt really coming back? We don't know, but there was a tease from a director with a Photoshop of Matt Smith. That's basically why it's like Matt Smith return tease, because it's like... I don't know, but my nearest Tesco has always... that has the latest version of magazine before it's even meant to be released. I have a subscription these days. To be honest, I kind of wish I'd gone for the digital rather than the physical, but I do have a subscription these days. Wait, are you going to get a Matt photo at Comic-Con? Yeah. I am going, yeah. Do. Marketing needs to get a move on. I think next week now will be when things start to drop. I do hope they actually. I hope that the Sacha Dhawan stuff in Doctor Who magazine is like substantial. It's not just vague things, and he's not allowed to say anything because at this point, I don't really see the point in doing that. You might as well, give us some little details. Obviously, don't spoil the whole plot, but there's a balance between spoiling the whole plot and giving us something to work with. I also think that it'd be nice if it was accompanied with either a small trailer or a title or something, at this point, like, because we are in September, we are most definitely in the release period for promotional material for the Centenary, most definitely. So hopefully it will be kicking up a notch a bit more very soon. How about bringing back old enemies? Maybe the Candyman. It's a robot, looks a bit like Bertie Bassett. Yes, where are the Candyman? As I said, Happiness Patrol, love that story. The only reason I feel like that wouldn't happen is mainly because the Candyman was basically they actually were sued over the design by Bertie Bassett for it looking too similar to their actual mascot. So if they were to bring back the Candyman, I think Big Finish have got around it by giving him a new design. So if they were to bring back the Candyman, it would be, I imagine, with a new design because obviously they can't use the original because of copyright. RTD and Moth used to drop teasers way before broadcast dates. That is true. Yeah, no, I think as I sort of said before, End of Time, which was the equivalent, obviously the final episode of the David Tennant era, got a Comic-Con trailer, and it came out at Christmas, as did the Twice Upon a Time, the final episode for the 12th Doctor. Time of the Doctor was a little bit different, because it was literally, like, an episode, and it aired less than a month, like, about a month before, so it wasn't like, it wasn't like they could exactly, do much with it, but yeah. But in that case, like, the Doctor Who was already on, so there wasn't really as much of a need. But thank you to Vanders for gifting one membership to Jean-Luc Harry. I'm sure he's thrilled to know that he's technically a member now. I hate that. Oh, I love the Happiness Patrol. Happiness Patrol's great. Oh, no. I love the Happiness Patrol. I love, like, the commentary of, like... I sort of use it as, like, a commentary for Twitter these days. Like, how, everyone has to be positive, and if you step 1 foot out of line, like, you're called the Killjoy and everyone comes after you. I think if you look at it as that, it takes on a whole new meaning. Do you think Doctor Who will make an appearance in any of these companies making these multiverse video games? Oh, you mean like the Warner Brothers fighting it? I mean, possibly. I mean, Warner Brothers and like Doctor Who have collaborated before, because I think, don't they do the Lego games, or they're sort of involved like through TT Games, I think. So I could be completely wrong with that. So maybe it's a possibility. Happiness Patrol's good. I would. Nah, I love the Happiness Patrol. Give it a rewatch. It's good. Helen A is great as a villain. I used to work for WB. Oh wow, that's cool. What was the question? The rumor is that something may be shown before or after the new Strictly on the 17th of September. Yes, I think that's possible. Yeah. At this point, right, I've sort of just adopted the mentality of I'll believe it when I see it when it comes to any speculation for the Centenary stuff at this point, because there's been so many times where people have gone, oh, it'll definitely happen at this time, and it just didn't. So, I'm of sort of the opinion of like, we'll get there when we get there, sort of thing. Yes, so there's also obviously the Jodie episode campaign, and as far as I'm aware, there wasn't one today. So I'm really not sure what the schedule for that is. It's really odd. It's really odd. But yeah, if you're new as well, if you've been enjoying the stream, feel free to subscribe. We got a new proper video coming out tomorrow. Also, you know, if you want to super chat, as I said, we'd very much appreciate it. It was away for a while, but we're back now. So, Thera, do you think, do you reckon the countdown will actually lead to a teaser? I really don't know. I honestly don't know, because it's like, the timing of it's been changing constantly throughout it's being done. So I don't know whether it's leading to something Centenary related, or it's leading to the 59th anniversary, which was some speculation. I don't know. Is my honest answer. I wish I knew. I don't. Hopefully it does lead to something. BBC will probably just do an ident. What, like for the Centenary? Maybe? Yeah, maybe. I mean, like the thing is as well, it's not even like they can't do stuff for the Centenary now on the basis that they're waiting for other Centenary products, because Strictly had they spoke about their stuff a while back about how they were going to do dances to iconic BBC shows. So what's the update? Not Ben Kingsley. I've gone over all the updates now. Now we're just vibing. But once the stream's over, you can feel free to go back and when is the Centenary release date? We still don't know. Theories have you? Have I what? That's very mysterious. No, I think you made a moment mistake. That's okay. Looking at Theories beard suits you. I think I might have seen that, but thank you. 16th of October is the most common. Yeah, it's either going to be like the 16th or the 20-something, probably the 16th. But we haven't had that officially confirmed yet, but it probably will be that. Yes. Banana, I agree. I hope the Centenary explains the timeless children. Quite honestly, at this point, like, I'm just, I don't mind. It's just, I'm of the opinion of just, I'll let it come out and it'll be what it'll be, and then that'll be that. I'm just not like, I feel like I'm not going to be that passionate if it's like not great. I'll just be like, okay, we got a new thing coming out now. You know what I mean? I just can't get annoyed almost, you know what I mean? Or like get frustrated because it's like. Darius, are you in the Centenary? Is that what the countdown is for? The reveal of Darius? Can you imagine? No, I'm not. I feel like if there was going to be someone in the Centenary, like from the YouTube, it probably wouldn't be me, to be fair. I saw the YouTube video for New Strictly today. Has it released? Okay, interesting. Also, I just wanted to highlight this gem, because someone pointed this out on Twitter the other day, and I just think it's really funny. So, as far as I can tell, Russell T Davies worked on a spin-off of Coronation Street called Coronation Street Viva Las Vegas. I don't know how much of this I can play, because it'll almost certainly get claimed, because Twitter and YouTube, two different things obviously, but I'll just play like the first few seconds of this just to show you all. And Russell T Davies did in fact write this. Wait, hang on, let me just turn up the volume a little bit so you can hear it, because I'm not going to have it up all the way, but I'll shut up so you can listen to this glorious music. Yeah, I think that'll be enough. Yeah, so that was discovered the other day, and I just found that insanely funny. If anyone's watched the Coronation Street Viva Las Vegas, feel free to let me know, because Russell T Davies wrote that. Yeah, I've never seen it either. I have never seen it either. Will it be on a Sunday? Presumably that is the norm, kind of. I don't know. The Daleks were in Looney Tunes Back in Action. They were. They were. Have you listened to Doctor Who Redacted? Is it any good? And do you know anyone who met Jodie at the Comic-Con last weekend? Okay, so first question. I have listened to some of Redacted, but not all of it. My thoughts on it were it's very good. I didn't finish it because I just haven't got around to it. But I started it. Second thing was Do you know anyone who met Jodie at Comic Con last weekend? I do. Nerd Dan, another YouTuber who I met at Telford Comic Con, he met Jodie. So yeah, there you are. Yeah, so I haven't finished Redacted yet, much to my shame. It kind of just time just got away from me. I think that was around the time that like big Russell stuff was happening, so I just had other priorities. Um, yeah, the Matt Smith news bit was basically about how Tom Kingsley posted a tease image of the 60th and he photoshopped 11 into it, which has sort of led to speculation that maybe a return being teased, you know, from my end. But yes, that was the main thing. You have missed it a little bit, but don't worry. You can go back. Once this stream is over, as always, they will be on the channel if you want to watch them. Anyone seen the episodes of the Gay Daleks? I think I have seen something about that. I don't know what the context of it is. I do not know what the context is. Yeah, I just thought it was mental that like there was like a punk American version of Coronation Street written by Russell T Davies. What a bizarre timeline. What version of 11 would you rather see? Series 5 to 7A or 7B? It depends, really. Like, it depends on the context of the story. Probably 5 to 7A, maybe earlier in its timeline. Um, Although, then again, having said that, with the storyline of Tennant not being able to hold on to his face and, 11's arc being embracing change, maybe 7B would make more sense. So I'm kind of torn on that, to be honest. I could go either way. I think for the story, it would make more sense for 7B, but I obviously like 7A, 5 to 7A is obviously like the most part of it. So, and obviously, I think Series 5 is like one of my favourite series of the revival. Someone asked as well about 11 earlier, but I didn't see what the question was. So if anyone did post a question about 11, I'm sorry I didn't see it, but I will answer it now um, if you send it again. As long as we get CA, I'm content. Yeah, well, maybe we will. I don't know. I don't know. I'd like to see him in it, but God, but who knows? Who knows what goes on in the workings of Doctor Who, really? RT is working on another show called Nolly at the moment. Yes, it's been posted on their Instagram. Noel Gordon, who was sacked from a 70 soap called Crossroads, he released a post on Instagram. Yes, yes. That is the thing. I really like the 7B and I love the costume. I like 7B and love the costume change. Agreed. That costume is fantastic and I want to own it. Um, yes, I want to own it a lot. I am very much wanting to buy it, but it's all very expensive. Um, to be honest, I'll be content with whatever the 60th turns out to be. To be honest, it's already doing a lot of the things that I wanted to see anyway. So, Max Turner says, you've inspired me to try work again. I gave up after I was disabled by spine damage and I have reattached limbs. Well, listen, man, best of luck to you, honestly. Like, I don't know whether I'm the best inspiration. I just sit here and talk online, but, that shows more about you than me. I think, credit to you, and I hope all goes well. I really do. That means a lot, though, that I could help. Um, do you think 10 will degenerate into 11 again, since that'll explain why he has 13 exterior? I think 13 will degenerate into 10, possibly. I think that's a possibility. Um, RTD is one busy guy. He really is, isn't he? My man never stops. Like, even when he's not been in Doctor Who, he's had so many critical acclaimed series. He actually made a joke on Instagram, poking fun at obviously the recent um, Prime Minister things, which obviously I won't go into because I'm going to keep that out of the stream because, God, I know that's a minefield. But basically saying it came to pass. Um, Uh, you know, like in reference to Vivian Rook, who's the villainous prime minister candidate in Years and Years, and basically comparing it to Liz Truss. It was very funny, and I would suggest watching Years and Years. Also, I just realised I'm wearing a Review of Death t-shirt, so if anyone watches that podcast, there you go. I also watched that podcast. You've helped me in the hospital. I can use my arms again. Love you, man. Thanks for the distraction of the pain. Well, I'm honoured that I could help, honestly. I'm really quite flattered. Thank you very much, and I hope all goes well for you, man. Genuinely. Oh, I just had a message. Have you seen the image that was in William's video? Are you referring to the Matt Smith Photoshop? Yeah, we spoke about that earlier. Unless there's something else that he spoke about. Ooh, I hate the website Digital Spy articles, but they blur out text because they want you to sign up for it. Yeah, I don't like it when news articles do that. I get the, the Review Death is an ace channel. I agree, I like it a lot. There was a bet actually going that if, I think, Cardiff won one of the football games, that I'd be invited, but they lost. But I do kind of want to go on Review of Death, so, maybe one day. But, yeah. So the context, again, for the Matt Smith thing, I'll say it one more time, then that'll be the last time. So Tom Kingsley, who's the director for episode 2 of the 60th, posted a Photoshop. It's pretty obviously Photoshop, but it's a Photoshop of. I'll just put it on screen. Where was it? It was a Photoshop of with Tom Kingsley's screen with like the 11th Doctor in the box. And obviously that's led to many people speculating, is this a tease at a potential 11 return for the episode he's directing? I'm hoping it does mean a little bit more, but more than likely it is just a joke, but it's interesting nonetheless. I think it most definitely is. If you look at it, Smith's looking a bit 2D. Vivian Rook was a reporter for the Sunday River who investigated Harold Saxon. Yes, RTD reused the name in his TV show Years and Years. Yeah, the name was reused. But yeah. Yes, that was also the journalist from Series 3. Russell just reused the name. Yeah. I reckon that's what the new multiverse story in the MCU should be about. Multiverse of Vivians. Let's get that. Let's get that going. Let's get that off the ground. But listen, I'm gonna have to head off. But it's wait, I'll just oh okay. I'm just gonna have to head off. But yeah, thank you all for popping by. I bet you didn't wish you didn't mention about it being the specials now. Yeah, I guess putting that in the title was always going to lead to people questioning it. But yeah, I was always going to talk about it anyway. So yeah, but thank you all for tuning in, and I will see you in a bit. I literally just click live again. God damn it! Bye.